watching this beast. Try to do it 2 to 3 times a week. No, 2 to 3 times a month. I don't get around to it as much as I should. But honestly, there's something about washing my own car. It's very therapeutic. If you have a car, I highly recommend it because we will outsource things that we don't want to do. But there's something to be said for really taking care of the car you drive, whatever car that is. You take pride in it. And there's something very, again, therapeutic about making sure it looks nice. So it's just a day in the life, honestly. And do it. So I guess we can just go around and talk about features of the car. One thing that's different from the Huracan for the Aventador is that the top is in the front. That took some getting used to. Kind of annoying, to be honest, but it is kind of fun to take it out, put it back in. I've gotten so much better at doing it. So, just put this over here. Down. Needs to fit right into these holes. Go back here. Lock it. I typically come here at night when there's not a lot of people here. There's a lot of people now because it's sundown, but it's really fun. Get these windows up. So since we're in Scottsdale, it gets pretty dusty pretty quick. So you really have to take care of your car in these environments. So over here, sweet. I always start off, and again, I want to preface all this saying, people watching this probably know how to wash cars better than me. I have my own way of doing it. As long as it gets the spots off, it's okay with me. I know that there's so many better ways to do it, but I'm pretty simple. Yeah, so I rinse it, and I wash the tires down. Just keep going. Well, I just start with the soap. And there's a wrap on it, so whatever I do to it is fine. But the actual paint of the car is under it. Protects it. It's really hard to wash the car up. Such a good exercise because you really start to appreciate all the lines a lot more. You notice things about your car that you've never seen or taken for granted. Like I mean, honestly, it's bad.
Like, why do you choose to wash your own car when obviously you could pay when you have your own, you have enough money to get it detailed every day? Why do you choose to like take care of your car the way you do?
I think it's for those reasons, you know, really appreciating what you have and noticing. In college, I was in mindfulness, the course, and my professor, Ellen Langer, she made a really big point about in daily life, always being able to appreciate the little things. And there's something to be said about, I mean, anything that's yours, right? Your property, your car, your house. When you clean things, you make it yours. Ownership, right? And pride, and knowing that you're taking care of what you have. And I love just doing it and being able to get my mind off of work. So that's why I like doing it. So all I was saying was, for those of you who are really, really into cars, I know I'm probably doing this wrong, but you can get your own car and then do it the way you want.
When you get your own Aventador, you can clean it how you want.
I guess. I think the biggest thing is the water spots. You can get the scum off, but then it's just the water spots. And then the fingerprints up here, typically, and the oils. That's where it's mostly dirty. So I just do a big, just get all the main contours. If you've ever like cleaned your room and then you notice that you work better, it's the same principle, right? Even if it takes me an additional 40 minutes out of my day to drive here, do it, the time I get back in mental energy and relaxation, or mental energy from relaxing this way, well worth it. So there's some things that are worth your time. I think cleaning your room is one of them. Cleaning the property you own.
I think it just goes back to ownership.
Right.
I think the two key words that speak out to me is ownership and just kind of like responsibility.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
responsibility.
Like, this is my car. I'm speaking as you. This is my $650,000 car. I'm responsible for it, so I'm gonna take care of it.
Right.
Even though you could make a phone call and push a button and have someone clean it for $2,000.
Well, I don't know if it's that much. Maybe like $200, but yeah, no, I 100% agree.
And I think that's a lot of it too. Is like, I mean, I'm just thinking in my mind. Like, when I get my Lamborghini, I'm going to treat it like it's my girlfriend, like it's my baby. Like, I love it. I'm gonna take care of it to the utmost. If it needs something, cool, no questions asked. Doing it. Like, treat it like a relationship.
It's a princess.
Yeah.
You know, like the items you have.
How did you feel when you got your first Lamborghini?
very blessed. Very, it was always a dream of mine to be able to have enough success.
But
and
for the
help
viewers,
enough people.
the viewers are like, they'll only see them on Instagram or on Google Pictures or on TV. How did you feel when you took your keys in your hand to your Lamborghini?
It was surreal. Part of me was jumping for joy inside, and part of me was like, this was meant to happen. Like I had been envisioning it for so long that it just felt so natural. And when you can get so clear in your mind how it's gonna feel, what it's gonna look like, how you're gonna be able to move differently through the world, what it's gonna do for your business, when you get very clear on what that feeling is, then the distance between you and the goal shortens, because you assume those feelings and they guide you into that reality. So it's a 5D world coming into the real world, right? A thought manifesting into an actual physical reality. So it felt right. I didn't feel over my head. I felt, oh, this is meant to happen. I'm extremely blessed. Let me work harder. That's the biggest thing. Gotta rinse it one more time. Is it made me work harder. It didn't make me work less.
Felt meant to be.
Yeah. I wanted to push it even harder. Like I wanted to double down on what I was already doing. Because it's just further affirmation that yes, I'm going in the right direction.
Affirmation.
Affirmation. And, it comes with validation from others, but in your own journey, you'll have the most fulfillment when that validation can come from you. In your own, you know where you were and how far you've come. And that's the most important thing. It's less about your image and it's more, hey, I set a goal.
I am where I'm supposed to
That's
be.
right. I set a goal. I stuck to it. I was the only person who knew about that goal. Internally, I made it happen. Like, what is that for you? Right? As soon as I got the car, it was the second day I had the car. I was driving for the whole day and I didn't notice that my whole tire was flat, and I was driving was driving at night doing something, and I get off the highway. The whole time on the highway, I'm noticing my wheels turning left. I'm having to like correct it over and over again. And sure enough, I exit. I look to my left, it's on that side, and the whole tire was flat, and it was out here. So I was going on the rim for like miles. I didn't even know it. I could have died. And
Miles.
I just didn't. I wasn't thinking. I smelled the tire tracks. I knew something was up, but I ignored it, and I could have really hurt myself. So you won't always know when there's a problem. I guess in my case, I kind of did. I thought it was just burnt tires from going fast. But thankfully, I purchased new tires. It's about, someone was trying to get me to spend $2,500 on Pirelli 250s. And then I worked with someone here and I got it for half price and I shipped it to Miami to put them on. So that's the other thing too. If you're not careful, people will take advantage of you. I mean, that's pretty much in any facet of life. They see that you have money and then you don't really care about the price and they'll try to upcharge you on shit. And so I would have paid $2,500 just for 2 fucking tires. It was like $1,090 when I actually did my due diligence. So your due diligence is gonna save you money. It's gonna make you money, and it's gonna prevent you having to waste time too. Because I should have done a lot more due diligence on the car itself before I bought it. I didn't get an inspection. I should have. The transmission's fine, but it could have cost me a lot more. It's just a sensor that's messed up. So it's gonna be $200 instead of 20 grand at least. So I got lucky, but my lack of due diligence could have really fucked me. And that would have been no one else's fault but myself. It's not the dealer's fault. The dealer's there to sell the car. They sold me the car, they did what they were supposed to. It's my fault. So just think about in your life, what's something that you feel emotional about, that you really want to get, that you tend to overlook things on because you don't care. And I think that's what happened here, is I trusted, and that's worked before, but trusting everyone's not always going to work in your favor. So you have to have caution when you're doing anything. Buying a car, purchasing a property. It looks perfect. Trust but verify. Trusted but I didn't verify. So let me put this away. As much as possible, I want to give you the ins and outs of everything, the honest truth. I make a ton of mistakes, and yeah, it's fun to buy this car, but again, made a lot of mistakes that could have cost me a lot more money. Just had to change the battery, which was only about $700, but even with that, like, you're not always going to diagnose the issue immediately. So it wasn't the battery that was the issue. So you might have to go to a couple different sources to get what you want, which means you're going to have to pay more and more. But I knew that there was going to be things wrong, like there always is. It's never perfect. This has 27,000 miles on it when I bought it. Typically you don't. You buy Aventadors when they have 10,000, maybe 15,000 miles on them. You kind of put yourself at risk when you buy that high mileage of a sports car. But I got a good deal on it. I'm not someone who tracks it. Track just means drives it super fucking fast. I'll rip it every once in a while, but I don't need to take it to a racetrack. I'm not super into racing, but it served my business well for sure. I'm able to gain attention,
leverage that attention to help people, which in turn allows me to make more money and then help more people. So, the car itself is cool, but as I've said on other reels, it doesn't provide me like lasting happiness. It's just an item. It's a tool. It's a tool, right? Money is a tool. Things are a tool. So never tie your value to any one thing. Tie your value to what it took to get there. Like who you had to become to attain certain levels. Right? That's what's most important. It's not the car. I know if this thing was taken away from me, I wouldn't care. But then I could get it back. And exactly, I've done it before. Right? If you fail, or if you've had success and then you fail, well, it's probably the best thing that could happen to you because it makes you double down on your confidence. Because basically the universe is saying, hey, you may have had success this one time, but can you do it again? Are you consistent? Do you really have what it takes? So anytime the universe tests you, it's a beautiful opportunity to see what you're made of. So whatever you're after in life, you may be at the point where you're resonating with a specific item. Hey, I want to get this trip. Hey, I want to be able to do this specific thing, this one experience. Materialistic, perhaps. Allow that to propel you. It's okay to want to do those things. I think there's this philosophy that people have where they say, oh, well, money doesn't buy happiness. Shut the fuck up. Like, money can buy a lot of happiness. And if that's what you need to focus on in order to get yourself from making 50K to 100K to 250K, the goal of buying your own house, sure, that's materialistic, but that gets you in the door. That gets you moving through all of these very, very necessary growth moments, right? So I think what happens is you may focus on those goals, but what ends up happening is the true success, like the true fulfillment, comes when you start reflecting on like what paradigms you used to adopt versus what paradigms you adopt now. And that may not seem sexy to you right now, but the longer you're in the game, I've only been in the game for 3 years. There's people who are younger than me that have been in the game for fucking 10 years, 7 years, 8 years. Like, I'm just starting. But I'm already seeing that these things don't make me happy. They're tools. You have to take care of them. You have to take care of your mindset. That's the most important thing. I hope that was helpful. I'm glad you guys got a lot of value from that. We're going to be continuing to post more content. We have 12 really good videos coming up of my time in Bali. Amazing content. You're just like, yeah. I know.
I'm like that's what viewers want to see. Like, guys, I am so excited.